Sum of prefix scores of strings. In this problem, we are given an array words of size n containing of non-empty strings. We define the score of a string word as number of strings words of I such that word is a prefix of words of I. Let's see this example. We have words with 4 words in the list. The score of AB is 2 because AB is prefix of both AB and ABC. So AB is prefix of these two words. So the score of this word AB will be 2. We need to return an array answer of size n where answer of I is sum of scores of every non-empty prefix of words of I. Let's see this example in order to understand in a better way. We have the words list and we have the output as 5, 4, 3 and 2. Let's try to understand how we got 5 for the word ABC. ABC has 3 prefixes A, AB and ABC. Now let's check how many times A is repeating as a prefix in all of the words. So if we look at the list, A is prefix of ABC and A is prefix of AB. So how many times A is the prefix? 2 times. Similarly for AB, there are 2 words which has AB as prefix. They are ABC and AB. So for AB, the value will be 2 and for ABC, the value will be 1 because ABC is there and that is the only prefix. So the sum of all of these values will be 5. That is how we got 5 for ABC. Similarly, we will do for all the words in this list. The optimal solution to solve this problem is using a trie or prefix tree. Now let's try to understand how to use counter function in order to solve this problem. The approach to solve this problem is to create all prefixes and store it in a list and count the frequency of each prefix using counter. Once we have got the frequency of each prefix, we just have to count how many times each prefix is repeating. That means the frequency of each prefix and add it to the result for each word. We will go through the list again and add the count of each prefix for each word and append it to result array. Let's try to understand this solution. We have the prefix with an empty list so that we can add prefixes into this. Now I am going through the words in the list. For each word, I am taking all the prefixes of that word and adding it to the prefixes list. So that's what is happening here. I'm taking the slices, all the possible slices of the string for the first word. After this is done, it will continue to do until it adds all the prefixes into the prefixes list. Now we have added all the prefixes into our list. Now we need to count the frequency of each prefix. Before that, I will create a result variable in order to count the result, and I will create a result array in order to add the frequency of each word, the score of each word. This is what we are going to return from this. Now I am using the counter function in order to count the frequency of each prefix. Once I have got the prefixes, I am going over the words again, and for each word I am taking the score, I am taking the frequency of the slice. I am taking the frequency of the slice and adding it to result. So these two lines will add all the possible prefix values to our result. Once we have done that, we can add our result into our list so that we can return the result array. I hope you have understood this solution. The time complexity for this will be, suppose we assume n as number of words, and for each word the average length will be m. Then the time complexity will be big O of n into m, and space complexity will be big O of n into m. Now let's see how to solve it using default dict. The approach is same, only difference is we are using the default dict instead of counter. So you can see that all of the steps are almost same, only difference is we are using default dict instead of built-in counter function. I hope you have understood this solution. Now let's see how to solve it using prefix tree. So the solution uses prefix tree to efficiently calculate the prefix scores for a list of words. The goal is to calculate how many times each prefix of word appears in the list of words and return the cumulative score of each word, where each prefix adds up its count. The key concept we are going to use is trie. It is a tree-like data structure that stores prefixes of strings. Each node represents a character in word, and paths down the tree represent prefixes. This structure is useful for prefix-based operations like autocomplete, searching, or counting prefix occurrences. The prefix score is the score of word which is mentioned in the question. It is the sum of number of times each of its prefixes appear in the list. Now, in order to solve this, we need to create two classes. One is prefix node for creating the nodes in the trie, and other is prefix tree in order to create the trie. Now, in prefix node, we will create two variables, children and count. The children will store will have an array of size 26 for lowercase English letters. Basically, it is used to store uh, the index which will correspond to the letter. After that, we will count. We will use count in order to add how many words pass through this node, how many words have this prefix. So that is about prefix node. Next, let's understand the prefix tree. Inside the prefix tree, we will have a root node. So the root node of tree, it is an instance of prefix node. We will assign root to prefix node, and we will have two functions inside this class. One is insert and other is getScore. So insert is used to insert the word into the trie. While inserting, it calculates the corresponding index in the children array. If there is no node for that character at corresponding index, a new prefix is created. This is basically used to check if that node is already present. If that node is already present, we don't have to add that node again. We just have to increase the uh, count of that letter. As each character is processed, the count of node is incremented, indicating that this prefix has been used by another word. Now, getScore function is used to calculate the prefix score of the word. It follows the nodes corresponding to the characters in W and adds up the counts of the nodes along the way. Once we create the prefix node and prefix tree classes, we can write this solution. We will create a list in order to store the result. We will create a root node using prefix tree class, and we will go over the words list, and for each word we will insert it into the trie. So this will insert all the words. Next, after inserting, we need to get the score of each word. In order to get the score, we will use getScore function. After getting the score, we just have to append it to our result and return the result. Let's see an example walkthrough in order to understand it in a better way. Words list with three words: ABC, AB, and BC. Now, first it will insert ABC. The trie nodes for ABC are created and their counts are incremented by 1. The count for node corresponding to A, B and C, all of these will be 1. After that, we will insert AB. The nodes for AB already exist, so we don't have to add these two nodes into the try again. We just have to increment the count of these nodes by 1. Now for BC, a new node is created because it is not prefix of previously inserted words. So this will be the final result. I hope you have understood this solution. The time complexity for this will be n into m, where n is number of words and m is average length of each word, and space complexity will be big of n into m. So that is all in this video. I hope you have understood how to solve this problem. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.